Hello everyone, welcome to the project in Wolverton in Milton Keynes. This is an office to resi conversion where we're doing we bought it for 387. The GDV is 1,350,000 pounds.
Wish it was 100 million.
So this had, when we bought it, had come with approval for 5 units. Residential, 5 apartments.
Okay.
But we definitely know we could do intensify on this planning. So we did like 3 applications, one for 7 units, another one for 8, and another for 9 units. 3 schemes we put together.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Which one got approved?
7 units got approved straight away. We've been rejected on 8 and 9 units, but
Okay.
we went back to them and say, what's the reason for rejection? He said, there's no, one of the unit is under spacing standards, and we said, yeah, that's right, but we did the application, got validated in February.
Oh yeah, of
This
course,
rule
before.
came only after 6th of April. Said, you're right, but no, I made my decision, you can go through appeal and get it.
These people.
So
Completely their error.
they don't understand the pain what we have been doing in terms of, okay, sitting on this, now ready to go, contractors all, when is it? I mean, every other week he said, did you get the plan, did you get the, and they're like, no, and
That's so pathetic.
council sending me emails stating, COVID, because of COVID, we are behind.
They're behind anyway. COVID just is an excuse.
Yeah, that's
they
another
can
excuse
hide
for
by,
them to
yeah.
be behind, and we're saying, this is well emailed, etc. So he's just waiting on it, but we are confident this has to get through. So the way what we did is, earlier it was used to be an apartment with, all the communal areas and all, but the way we intensify is take all the communal out, made it like more cluster homes. So 8 units was going to be like, it's got individual access to the front. So these ones, technically we can convert that into doors and makes it accessible. So it's more like which is for a couple in Milton Keynes, it's quite nice, and it's like an entry-level premium product, you could say. 6 units on the ground floor, 2 apartments on the top, but that will have its own independent individual access to it. One through the side and one through the other side. So it's technically all, no sharing.
That's smart because you've got so much access. Why make all these communal corridors when you can have?
Exactly.
And it's more of a premium.
Somebody has to maintain the whole communal thing. Who's paying the bills now? No such hassle. Whoever buys it, it's just going to be straight premium for them in terms of. So yeah, I mean.
This makes sense. Yeah.
So this is like, if you look at it, I mean, as normal, we'll have one central access communal stuff, but the scheme what we put through, we got 3 mezzanine here, and you got 3 independent unit with access from the back. That gives you 6. And if you look at the one in the middle, which is like 2 apartments you have, so we kept the current stair access, which will be a 2-bedroom apartment on the top, and another 2-bedroom from the exit from that side. So bring it to
Staircase on the
8.
side.
And the 9 units we can have approval. We thought it might become a bit smaller. One of the units will be a bit smaller, so we said sensible to do 8 on this, and numbers works perfect for us.
And when you purchased this, I'm assuming it looked like a normal functioning fitted office. Everything.
Perfect fitted office, nothing.
And there's no demand for offices here then.
Yeah, at the moment with all this COVID happening, because we negotiate, I think it's 4 or 5 months, right? It's 4 or 5 months we've been on this one because of restricted corner. It's got a bit delayed in terms of purchase. But yeah, for them, last December the tenants vacated, and they want to just exit. And yeah,
I think there's so much office space in Milton Keynes anyway.
yeah, I mean, right in the
no
center
demand.
or towards the M1 and all is more accessible. But these are like
And it was under permitted development, right? This.
we did it under permanent development, because that's the way it is at the moment.
And what are the figures on it? So you purchased it for 3.
We purchased it for 387. Conversions we're on 350, and with all of the funding, all rest recon and everything, will be like 900,000 pounds. And for 8 units, the GDV is going to be 1,350,000 pounds.
Okay.
So roughly 450,000 pounds profit on this.
And you're selling this, all of them?
No, we will retain all this.
So you refinance it, keep it as a
Give
sort of rent?
it as a portfolio, and that'll help us to come out of the job and
Yeah,
then you spend another day there.
So I think this is an interesting point we discussed before, is that because you're doing the developments, big ones, you're waiting 2 years
Yeah.
to like get a chunk of money. In the meantime, you need something because you're both still working, part-time, full-time, contracting. So yeah, I think it's a smart decision to be doing something like this.
This is something you can go in and out in 6 months, because if you have the team ready, you know what you're doing then, because all you learn is you had from previous project, everything, you know how it is. So there's no abnormalities, nothing to do in the exteriors or anything. It's just put stud walls, partitions, utility connection. We have an agent who works for all the utility connections, so it's a private agent who just do that. So he's quite good in terms of
I save so much hassle. It's so irritating in utility companies.
Yeah,
so.
he just saved us 35 grand just on Mill Road, because they asked us to have a separate transformer for 24 units, so 70 grand. Because of what he does to them, he was able to negotiate the price down, just 35 grand off that, and say
worth his fee then. I mean, that's
he's worth his fee. And do you really want to call these guys? All the utility
that's so
connections, wait
irritating,
on
yeah.
say. So when are you guys turning up? So all this has to be taken off, and just pay his management
Using him
fees.
for everything.
Huh?
Using him for
Yeah,
everything.
we are using for the March project, everything. Yeah, he's working very closely with us.
And then so we're about 45 minutes from the first project we looked at together. So in terms of builders here, different team, and you have
it's a complete different team in terms of so yeah. We're dealing with a new contractor in here, which we know him for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, he's based in Leicester. He's done big units, so this is more like we just said let's try out this one and see something.
And are you the project managers? Like you're going to be sort of?
No, he's project managers. He's got his own in-house team in terms of delivering stuff. So yeah, he just did the whole strip out in 2 days. His team.
2 days.
Oh wow.
2 days to prep.
2 skips full, yeah.
It's not 2. There was like this is the second set. So another skip up there. So total 5
And
skips.
how long until this is finished, ready to let?
So the only stopping point for us, the project manager says he can smash it in 3.5 months. Everything ready to go.
Okay,
That's confident he is. But the planning application, when do we get planning? So obviously we have development finance on this, which means we'll have to go as per what's the planning approved and when else.
Yeah.
If it's fully cash, probably if you're confident you could do it. But we just want to stick to rules and then got it. As soon as we get it, team is ready to go. So it's the same team who will be working for now. We had planned them to work here. Now we put them in Biggleswade project for them to start. So once they finish, probably in the next 1.5 months, they can move into this one, get it going, and then maintain the pipeline on that basis.
So this is traditional development finance versus the crowdfunding before?
That was, crowdfunding. This is more like bridging guy, but they're starting with the development finance. They're happy to, the numbers works perfect for them. They know the scheme.
Do you prefer P2P and like lending, or do you prefer traditional kind of development finance?
This was more of, bridging. It was quicker from that angle for us to make the decision get going, because when you really want to negotiate the price, it's speed, right? You just do the taxes. So bridge gives us that flexibility, and if there's enough margin in there, you can confidently go and do it. So which is what we did for this one. Peer-to-peer, it takes time, like traditional bid, but then it's got its own. I mean, in terms of leverage and stuff, we might be able to go, higher than the normal traditional banks or the high street banks. What do you say? Look at.
And this is on market, isn't it?
This was on the market. It's lucky to find somebody something in Milton Keynes on the market. With, that price would be leveraged. And,
I think everyone says, there's not deals on the market, but I think clearly, given what we're looking at so far today, they are on the market. You just spotted something that someone else didn't spot, or bought some purchasing power that they didn't have.
And it's more of your knowledge as well, locally, what you have, right? What you could do with the scheme, how you can go. If you just to stack this deal just on 5 units, obviously you can't pay that money. It's a different ball game.
I think the majority of the deals that we've got have been purchased from on market.
On market, yeah. I think it's opportunity. In March, we had like the one laundrette. It was on the market with planning for 3 townhouses, which is a laundrette with two apartments above. Somebody has put a planning for 3 townhouses. So if you look at the conversion cost, it doesn't make sense. You spend a lot of money to rejig the whole stuff, and there's no uplift on it.
It doesn't work in small towns
Small
like that.
towns
In London
like
it would work, but not somewhere like.
So we just did it, give it the same, just change the laundry to the apartment, where the numbers is totally different, and so
So seeing something that someone else doesn't see, or seeing what they've given you, and changing it to be what you know can work and how it can work.
But a lot of it is timing as well. I mean, even from straightforward things like the houses, we spotted one and it was on for like 170 and it just didn't work. Floor plans were completely wrong, went back to it, redid the floor plans and ended up negotiating it down to 148. So it's just small things like that. It's all about, you know, timing after it's been on the market, sat on the market for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's mastering the area you're working on that kind of helps you. You know, that's where the deal is there, but you need the knowledge to see it through, and which
Cool.
comes to the time.
Let's have a look down there then.
That's cool.
So all these pods, are you getting rid of these as well?
But yeah, this is will be going in. But,
Straightforward compared to Mill Road.
Yeah, I mean, it looks and feels so much easier.
It's still a commercial conversion, but
you see lots of steel here. I think it'll be hard for you to find any steel whatsoever. Every door touch it. You know, the windows are perfect. We could have complicated this deal like what the other guys have done. They want a floor on top of it, and then it'll be a different ball game in terms of, you know. You will extend the project, and you know, you might get 1 or 2 units extra, but you know,
Time is money, so people forget that.
yeah, exactly. Do you really want to do that? So for us at the moment, just, you know, in and out.
Cable
Go for the
grade,
next one.
I think these deals aren't that hard to find, especially now where you've got loads of offices, empty spaces, all Class E. You've got, you know, Class MA now, where you can go for the PD as long as, you know, you're complying with all the prior approval.
Spacing standards, everything
Yeah,
is there.
spacing
It should be
standards,
pretty
yeah.
straightforward at the moment from that angle.
Yeah, so you're not short on deals.
And so up here, you're going to build staircases to give them access?
That's staircase because
Oh, so there's going to be a slight communal area, but only for these.
Well, this one is reserved for this thing, so this is going to be a lavish 2-bedroom apartment.
Lavish. Lavish. Hear that? Lavish.
Jordan Keynes, lavish.
We're like compared to London, 30 minutes travel from. Come on!
You just sold the dream there, come on.
No. It's going to, yeah. Back on the left axis from, you know, I said, it'll be, to be honest, that'll be a bit tight. So what we're going to do is furnish the whole apartment.
Oh,
and give them,
okay, yeah.
so they don't have to worry about bringing in the stuff. But it's,
And ceiling height, are you keeping it this high or are you going high?
yeah, we're going to keep it this high.
It's nice.
We'll look, yeah.
It looks really nice because it's.
Yeah.
I like smashing stuff. This is the best part of property.